Welcome back to another quick self-help video. Today, I'm going to tell you how to master anything and what it takes to become a master. I want to start this video by dismissing some common misconceptions people hold about the concept of mastery. For example, when they think of someone who's really good at karate, someone who has the black belt, most likely they believe that the individual is naturally good at it or that he has a special talent. Well, that is not the case. Mastery has nothing to do with one's talent. What I want you to know is that mastery is for everybody. Another common misconception is that people believe they are too old to learn a new ability. The master's journey can begin anytime you decide to learn a new skill. So make sure you don't limit yourself by believing that, because your journey will end right there. Our society is now organized around an economic system that seemingly demands a continuing high level of consumer spending. What that means is that everybody wants to make money by offering us choices as to how to spend our cash. But how do we spend our money? Well, we waste our money on what we value, and what we value is mostly shaped by our marketers. So, why am I telling you all this? Because everybody tries to sell you products or services which promise you quick fix solutions to everything. For example, how do we become more energetic, happy, and active? It's easy. Take a drug. How do we become rich? Win the lottery or gamble? How do we lose weight? Follow this 7-day fitness program. This mentality works against any long-term effort. Everything resonates in the rhetoric about scoring. I don't care how you win, just win. About effortless learning, instant celebrities, and instant millionaires. The quick fix anti-mastery mentality touches everything in our lives, from medicine, pharmacy, education, sports, etc. Therefore, the society has made it very hard for us to master something. What is mastery then? Mastery requires time, there are no shortcuts, and no quick fix solutions. At the heart of it, mastery is practice. Mastery is staying on the path. Mastery starts with baby steps. Mastery requires practice over and over again, but you practice primarily only for the sake of training itself. It requires you to hone your skills, to attain new levels of competence. To take the master's journey, you also have to be willing to spend most of your time on a plateau, and you must keep practicing even when it seems you are getting nowhere. The plateau is a notion which refers to the idea that it is impossible to experience growth all the time. Take a look at this graph. Let's say you decided to start some yoga classes on the 1st of January, and you made some progress by learning the basics. After that, it came a time when you haven't experienced any growth. That is the plateau. After you push through the plateau, there was a time when you have experienced growth, and of course, a time when you met the plateau again, and so forth. When hitting the plateau, it is probably the point where most of us would give up. But why? I believe it has something to do with the way we are being taught in school, as we are told to do one thing so we can get something else. For example, graduate high school and get into college so that you can get a good job. We must recognize the fact that there is no emphasis on mastery and that we must be on the go all the time. All you have to do in this situation is to persist, love the plateau, and you will make progress. There are 5 keys which will help you become a master. The first key is called instruction. Without instruction, you cannot learn anything. There are skills you can learn on your own, but if you plan to take the master's journey, the best thing you can do is to arrange for first date instruction. There is no better way than being in the hand of a master teacher, either one-to-one or in a small group. You can always recognize a good teacher by looking at his students. The second key is called practice. You have to practice in order to improve yourself, in order to learn a new skill, in order to get ahead, in order to achieve your goal, to become rich, and so forth. This is a healthy way of looking at the particular mastery key and is especially useful in our society. A master is the one who stays and practices the skill 5 minutes longer every day than anybody else. In the end, practice is the route to mastery. If you stay on the path long enough, you'll experience significant growth. The third key is called surrender and implies that you have to surrender to your teacher and to the fundamentals of the art. Learning almost any significant skill involves certain indignities. Your first few dives are likely to be belly flops. They will draw the attention of almost everyone at the pool. Be patient and try to take any advice into consideration. The fourth key is called intentionality. Intentionality is essential to take along on the master's journey. It joins old words with new: character, willpower, attitude, imagining, and mental game. The first step is to create a vision, because without a vision, you are like an airplane without a pilot. You are going nowhere, you are just flying around. Arnold Schwarzenegger argued that pumping a weight one time with full consciousness was worth 10 without mental awareness. In simple words, be aware of what you are doing, be aware of where you are heading, and have a strong intention that will bring you massive benefits. The fifth mastery key is called the edge. Playing the edge is a balancing act. It demands the awareness to know when you are pushing yourself beyond safe limits. Know your limits and try to avoid making any mistakes like pushing too hard. Take it slowly, but do it regular. This requires patience. However, before you can even consider playing the edge, there must be years of instruction, practice, surrender, and intentionality. The master's journey is for sure tiring and nonetheless requires extra levels of energy. Remember those days when you could barely keep your eyes open in class, yet were totally awake and alert during hours of after-school sports practice? There are limits, of course, but most of the time, we get energy by consuming energy. I have a few tips for you about how to get more energy. Firstly, you need to maintain your physical fitness. You need to set your priorities. And you need to make lifelong commitments. Get on the path of mastery and stay on it. Also, you may want to check my video on how to increase your energy to find out more about this. Lastly, I want to mention a few pitfalls along the path of mastery, as most dedicated travelers will find drawbacks as well as rewards along the way. The first thing I want to tell you about is obsessive goal orientation. Don't be too focused on your goal. Be flexible and do the things because you love doing them. The second thing worth to be mentioned is about the poor instruction. You must find a good teacher in order to succeed in this journey. Moreover, lack of competitiveness, overcompetitiveness, laziness, injuries, drugs, dead seriousness, inconsistency, and perfectionism are the most common pitfalls people experience when joining the master's journey. I hope that this information brings you some awareness over your old beliefs. I want to give special credit to George Leonard, whose work about the mastery has inspired me to create this video. Also, I recommend you read the book called Mastery if you want to find out more about how to master anything. Go ahead and write your comments down below if you have any questions. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Thank you for watching this video, and if you find value in this content, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel right now as we release weekly content. Check out our Instagram page and find your daily inspiration right there. Stay well, stay focused, and happy.